And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now that you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Luther Arnold. Okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go, we head to Kroger's and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How do you do it?
you
Teach
can
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you gotta get the smile going on some shoes, but.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this with you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny
All
and start
right,
laughing.
do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
Just a sexy eye right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smizing.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well out there in the cyberland, in the internets, and all that. It is Tuesday. I'm hoping you guys are having a terrific Tuesday. Okay, you better be having a terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday. Say that 15,000 times fast. Anyway, man, so today is a very short show because of various reasons. Like I've said before, I am still working on a very, very big interview with LeVar Ball, and that is taking up basically my entire life right now. You know, this is the wonderful thing of being a one-man band. You kind of like do everything your damn self, and I wish, you know what I'm saying, I had the monies. You know, if I had the bags, I could just throw it to an editor and go, do it. Do it. I wish I could do that, but not right now, not yet. Maybe this will be the one that sends me off into that world where I have a book of the month club, and I have a Phantom and my own helicopter and stuff like that. You know, like a helicopter pad on top of my house and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Baby steps, though. Baby steps. Anyway. Good morning to everybody who's watching and all that. So yes, like I said, just so you know, today, like I said, is going to be a short show. We're going to be doing 1 hour today. Unfortunately, I will not be doing a show tonight because I really need to focus on this thing. I have some deadlines that I have to meet in regards to this LeVar Ball interview, which, like I said, is it's a large interview. Holy cow. I didn't know it was going to be as big of a project as it is, but it is a very, very important one, and I want to give you guys quality content. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be very happy with it when you guys see it on Friday morning, which I'm excited about. So there will not be a show tonight, but I will be doing a show Thursday night for sure, because we have got to sit down and watch the debates together. I can't even say the debates. The debates. We cannot miss that at all. So we will be doing a show Thursday night. You know, we're going to have Tanny Vane, a.k.a. David, or David, a.k.a. Tanny Vane, on the show, helping me out, doing the fact checking and all that. And also, we're going to have a very special guest. Ken Bone will be scooping in, sliding in, whatever you want to skloopity doing in or whatever. He'll be in to talk about everything that's going on. It's going to be a very, very big show Thursday night. But then Friday morning, it's like bang, bang. It's like bang. You think I'm done? Bang. Another one. Friday morning is when LeVar Ball's exclusive interview, is going to air. So I'm super excited about it. So, given the fact that we only have an hour to do everything that we need to cover, there's a lot of things to cover. So before we jump into all those things that we need to cover, what's up, David and Jackie Buck? What's up, Bryce?
What's up, man? What's going on, David?
Oh, man. Not much, really. Just ready for the show, I guess. Woke up a little later than usual. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been doing this morning, is getting ready for this.
Well, thank you.
Habit.
Thank you so much for being ready just for this show. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm just ready for the show. I'm just ready for this show. I'm just ready for this show. Jackie Buck, what a guam, man. What a guam.
I'm doing well. Just I know that David, yesterday you were talking about
that you potentially were going to sign up as a security guard at one of the weed grow facilities. Missouri's got big news over the past weekend. They started their first sales of medicinal marijuana. So long lines here in St. Louis County, I heard yesterday as the first stores opened up. And then they got one that popped up in Kansas City as well. But this state's going to be overrun here supposedly by the end of 2020 with 192 total locations selling. So I don't know how that compares to Colorado, but Missouri's trying to catch up with you guys, I guess.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of dispensaries to start off with, but
tax dollars.
Hey.
Put some tax dollars into Missouri. We need it.
Yeah, and and honestly, it's hard out here, man. Sometimes we need to smoke some weed. I don't know why I said that. I'm totally kidding. 2020 is hard out here, man. I'm serious. This is a hard year. You know what I'm saying? This is a hard year. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of people who are getting prescriptions for medicinal marijuana because of anxiety and all that. I mean, people are not getting, jobs are falling, the unemployment lines are getting longer and longer. I mean, it's getting terrible. So I wouldn't be surprised if people are going, yeah, maybe I need a little bit, a little bag of weed, you know what I'm saying? Like just to get me through this month. You know what I'm saying?
It might be good for for your area, just because here they rebuilt every single high school and middle school with weed money, pretty much. So they all went from like rundown buildings to like super modern education centers, just because of the excise and other weed taxes.
Very nice. Yeah, they
that's hella beneficial.
Different plans on what the money's going to do. I know that we have a certain percentage of ours going to veterans. And so, I think that some tax dollars are supposed to be used from it to go towards school as well. But yeah, hopefully we see some improvements. I think they should put it towards the roads and rebuilding bridges and infrastructure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that they do something good with it. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's going to be done. They're going to be putting good use to the medicinal marijuana sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better not see government officials, with new fur coats and like buying their own exotic tiger or something like that, walking around like they're Scarface up in this piece. You know what I mean? Everybody love the bad guy. You know what I mean? We don't need that. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you see the governor of your state walking around and his girl is like just dripping in diamonds, there's something wrong. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? If he's walking around, bunch of dudes with Dracos strapped to their chest. I'm just kidding. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. Then suddenly he's Scarface of weed. That don't make no sense. You know what I mean? Nobody? Okay, never mind. That's fine. It's fine. You don't get it. It's okay.
So wait, are you saying they're going to use the weed money to buy cocaine?
I didn't say it like that.
That's Scarface, right?
But if you want to put it in like that, I mean, it's on you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. You said it, not me. I'm just here. I'm here for the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Not for the
going from the green to the white.
Not the green to the white. You know what I'm saying? That's how you making money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. Yeah. Anyway, we got to jump into some conversations. This is some crazy stuff. I got this article here. It's part of our top news story. This is insane. Jeffrey, CNN. Okay. Man, I don't even know how to start this story because this is just ridiculous. Okay. Let's see. The New Yorker has suspended staff writer. So he's staff writer. He's the New Yorker staff writer, and he is a chief analyst for CNN. Jeffrey Toobin was suspended from the New Yorker for exposing himself during a Zoom call last week between staffers of the magazine and WNYC radio. In a statement to Motherboard, Toobin acknowledged the incident. I made an embarrassingly stupid mistake. Believing I was off camera, I apologize to my wife, family, friends, and coworkers. He has been suspended while we investigate the matter. He is also the chief legal analyst for CNN, where he last appeared on this past Saturday. A CNN spokesperson provided the following statement to the Daily Beast, which is the article that I'm reading off of. Jeff Toobin has asked for some time off while he deals with a personal issue, which we have granted. So it has also been reported that Toobin's official email has been disabled, and the famed attorney and author hasn't tweeted since October 13th. So apparently the sources said that when the groups returned from their breakout rooms, Toobin lowered the camera. The people on the call said they could see Toobin touching his penis. Toobin then left the call. Moments later, he called back in, seemingly unaware of what his colleagues had been able to see, and the simulation continued. So he was from my understanding, he left. They all left the room, I guess, like digitally. They came back into the room, and there he was, tubing around with his Toobin, unbeknownst to him, knowing that the camera was still on. So, how does a grown man do this? I'm just curious. How does a grown man do that? You know what I'm saying? How does one find themselves exposing themselves, unbeknownst to anybody, exposing himself to take care of business, you know what I'm saying? You know, clean the pipes, saying hello to Monster, you know what I'm saying? Quick rub and tug. I'm sorry. How does one get caught? How does one find themselves caught on Zoom masturbating? That's what I'd like to know. I don't know how to, I can't put my mind, a grown man. I can see like a little kid, like a 13-year-old kid, you know what I'm saying? A 13-year-old boy being crazy. What else is new? That's what we all did as kids, right? But a grown ass man, right after you or during, in the middle, whatever it might be, it seemed as if it was in the middle of the meeting. So he was just like, well, it looks like everybody's out and we got like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does how does that work? How? Fellas.
I would like to know who else was on this call. Because if it's in the middle of a breakout call, like, was this with the intention? He said that he paused the Zoom video and didn't think that anybody could see him. That means that he could probably still see them. So who was the focus of his attention? Wait,
so you're trying to tell me that you wait, repeat
because
that
it was
one
during
more time.
a breakout session, right? So that means he was on a call.
Yeah.
Then they went out to breakout sessions, and then they came back together, right? But he said that he had the Zoom video paused. He said, I didn't think anyone could see me. So, but that means that he could probably still see them, right? Because if I just pause my Zoom, you could still see the conversation going on, and your screen just goes blank. So he's still sitting there watching. Because he's not just doing it blindly, right?
Yeah,
or
he's
out looking at something else on another page or something, and then came back in.
I'm assuming. My assumption is that maybe he had another scene, another scene. Maybe he had another screen up, and he was watching the scene that he likes. Maybe he has, Boner Jams 2020. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. I mean, what are the chances? I mean, I don't think he was literally looking. You never know. People are nasty. So you never know. There might have been somebody in there he might have really enjoyed looking at. That is a very good possibility. Real talk. That could be a possibility. But if they all went off to breakout, as you said, breakout rooms, I thought what that meant was they just went to take a break. So he was like, well, everybody's gone. They're coming back in from break. You see what I'm saying? Unless they broke out into different groups together. That's a good point too. I don't know that lingo. You know what I'm saying? I don't use Zoom that much, so I don't know that lingo very much. But from my understanding is that they were taking a break. Like, oh, let's take a 5-minute break. That's from my understanding. Now, it could very well be what you just said. It could have been like, we're going to break out into groups. We're going to do our own talk, and then we're going to, we're all going to come back together and talk about more stuff here in a second. So two possibilities. Either he goes, well, I'm not a part of any group. Well, nobody's around here. Boner Jams, like his favorite hits. You know what I'm saying? 2020's favorite hits. All Stormy Daniels. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You know what I mean? Whatever it might be, And he's thinking, I'm not on here. No one can see me. Let me just, let me get it in real quick. You know what I mean? Or let me pop off a few shots real quick. You know what I'm saying? Tooling with my Toobin. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he was just making content for his OnlyFans.
Right, exactly. He was only for his OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying?
Which he needs now because he doesn't have a job.
Word. Facts.
Well, he's just suspended for now. He's not fired yet.
No, it's gonna happen.
Yet,
of course.
He ain't fired yet. But go ahead.
Based on this one article, it says that there was a break for those playing Democrats and Republicans to strategize together, and apparently, Toobin was on a break during that point and forgot to turn his camera off, or he was unaware his camera was on while he was masturbating.
Okay, so he was on a break.
Yes.
They were all on a break. Okay, so there it is. So they were on a break. He was probably going, let me see what's going on in Pornhub real quick. We got, I got 10 minutes. I can get one off real quick. Boop. See what I'm saying? I mean, that's the possibility. That's a possibility right there. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't, still, no matter what, that's nasty. That's nasty, y'all. You don't do that. You know what I mean? You never know who else is in the, you know what I'm saying? But who, as a grown-ass man, would not know if their camera is on or off? Unless you're completely signed off of the thing. You know? Can you imagine if he actually got away with it? You know what I'm saying? Did the thing, and they come back from break, and he's just like, whew, yeah, whatever, guys. It's all good, wow, he seems so relaxed now. You know what I'm saying? He seems so relaxed. He's so different. Wow.
Is that some hair gel?
Surprised. No one was like, put that thing away, dude. This is not the time for that. Everyone, I guess, was just watching silently. I don't know.
He's like, I'm just playing politics.
Watching silently? That's kind of weird, too. They're like, oh.
Well, they saw it and no one tried to stop him, apparently, so I don't know what else they were doing.
Bruh, I'm done. That's just nasty, y'all. That's just nasty. All I'm saying is
what our politicians do in their free time.
It's nasty. That's all I'm going to say. That's nasty. You don't do that, okay? It's masturbation is for another time in another conversation, and not while you're sitting there going like, you know what I'm saying? You don't go, oh, you got like what, 10 minutes? Cool. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like you might just need to catch up, because the network rep said that he's being suspended so that he has time to deal with personal issues.
Yeah, it's just gross, man. And like
personal time.
Sarah Moreno said on Facebook, thank you so much for the comment. She says, doesn't matter. It was a working meeting. Absolutely. Like, you shouldn't be. It's gross. You don't do that. You don't do that during a work meeting. There's times to get it in, and there's times not to get it in. And I'm going to say this: it's not usually the right time to just pull your wang out and just go, play with your skin flute during a business meeting. It's just not the right time, period. Now, I understand every man gets frustrated. People get frustrated, or, some people need a release. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need a release. You just need to let it go. I get that, but you can wait. You can wait till you can wait till the meeting's over. You know what I'm saying? You can wait till the show is over. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. You just Keep it in your pants. Just keep it in your pants before you hit, you know what I'm saying? Keep it in your damn pants, y'all. Damn. The hell's, that's nasty. That's nasty. And it's perfect timing too, given the fact that, we look at mainstream media, the way the public looks at mainstream media, and then now we got this dude exposing himself on camera to a group of his colleagues. You know what I'm saying? While he's having a little me time. While having a Zoom call still going on. Unless he's literally like, phew, and he's done. You know what I'm saying? Like how do you, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. That stuff takes, I'm sorry, unless it's him where, you know what I'm saying? I don't know his, I don't know his, the stroke to completion ratio for him, but I'm just saying, unless he's like, pew, and he's done. You see what I'm saying? How do you, that's fat. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Mm-hmm. You feel me? That takes some time. It takes time. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to look this, unless he has his whole folder, like Wiener, you know what I'm saying? Just like Wiener, he's got his folder just sitting there on this desktop and he's like, click, click, boner jams. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, there's a time and place for everything, y'all. And that is definitely not the time nor the place. And also, when, here's a dead giveaway, Toobin. When the green light is on, that means the camera's on. Just so you know. Unless you don't have that kind of camera. You know what I mean? When the green or the red light is on, bruh, you live on camera. You should know this already if you work for CNN. Damn, that's nasty.
I wouldn't be surprised if he knows, just because it's really hard not to notice if the light on your camera is on. You probably just is using that as an excuse so he can do a little bit of exhibitionism.
How do you know it's so bad? You know what I'm saying? Unless he really, unless he was trying to, unless he was trying to be a part of like what you just said earlier too, Jack. It's in combination of both what you guys said. It's like, unless he really was trying to get off on the idea of being on camera, like getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. Phew! You know what I'm saying? And that's nasty too. That's nasty. Anyway.
It's 2020.
2020. The weirdest things have happened. Like there's all these stories I hear that keep on popping up in regards to like like a bunch of Zoom nightmares, Zoom stories, like, getting caught taking a dump on camera. You think that the camera's off, but you're not. You're literally carrying the computer into the bathroom while you're taking a dump. Just put the freaking computer down and just go take a dump. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen those things. There's all types of different horrific things where people have been robbed live on Zoom. People have been murdered live on Zoom. I've seen all types of assaults as well on Zoom, which is another conversation in itself, which is horrific as hell. But this one's new. Just getting caught just fapping away. It's wrong. Wrong. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that.
Somebody probably video recorded it. Somebody's got to have.
They probably do have
recorded for that type of conversation. Since it's a political discussion. They probably like, I'm going to record this so I can review it. Just wait till that drops.
It'll drop, and everyone's going to be like, bruh, that's gross. That's nasty. But anyway, we're going to go into the next story. But anyway, for all y'all who are watching right now, thank you guys so much for tuning in to The Pascal Show. We do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I do an evening show at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hit that like button down below. I'd really appreciate that. And also crush that subscribe button. Working our way towards 10,000 subscribers. So please, go to our YouTube channel and crush that subscribe button. That would really, really mean a lot. Anyway, we got to jump into this next thing. It's funny how, like, there's an interesting theme going on. People getting caught either with their pants down or they're getting caught hot on mic. We got to talk about this other one. This one's very interesting, too. This has to do with somebody close to home, actually. Oh, blood related. My brother Jack over here, he's his uncle. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to throw it out here, but we got to talk about this thing. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were caught hot on mic talking trash about the flyovers that they were doing during the most recent football game. And we got the footage here. But you got a little bit of the story? I'm going to throw it over to Jack because it is his blood. Let's go.
I mean, the two were announcing a game, and no one in the stands.
No one in the stands.
And then the flyover happened, which, occasionally happens at bigger sporting events, sometimes in smaller towns where, events are going on. And they just were sitting there and saying that doesn't make sense. And they were really talking trash on it, but they're just like, this is your tax dollars at work right here.
Yeah.
It makes sense if you have a organized thing, because it takes about $60,000 an hour to have this type of
all that fuel
ceremonial flyover per hour of tax money. So the jet fuel, the time, the liability that you put out there of having them just fly over for flying overs, not actually engaging in tactics and things like that. So I don't know. I prefer him to be caught on film or audio saying this as opposed to something like Toobin. So
him tooling with his Toobin.
No one was in the stands. I don't know.
I don't know. I was. He's still in the midst of it. I didn't know. Anyway, we got. let me pull up this video because it's interesting. They definitely talk some ish. Let's check this out.
Do a little flyover. That's your hard-earned money and your tax dollars at work. That stuff ain't happening with Kamala Biden ticket. I'll tell you that right now, partner. That's a lot
One more
of jet
time.
fuel just to do a little flyover. That's your hard-earned money and your tax dollars at work. That stuff ain't happening with Kamala Biden ticket. I'll tell you that right now, partner.
Interesting. Interesting, y'all. Obviously it's a dig. Come on, let's keep it real. It's a little bit of a dig. I wonder who they're voting for. Yeah. I wonder who they're voting for. Let's keep it straight funky. But at the same time, I do agree. It's terrible that they got caught hot on the mic talking like that. But at the same time, I agree. There's nobody in the stands. There's barely anybody in the stands. So what's the point of doing all that production, burning all that fuel, burning all that money, basically, for just a few thousand? But at the same time, like if the NFL really want to do that and do those flyovers and all that and keep maintain some type of normalcy before during the games, hey man, it's there. Whatever. There you go. If that's how it's gonna be, that's how it's gonna be. What do you think on this, David?
I kind of agree with him. A-10s are pretty annoying in particular. They're very high pitched and they fly low. They're probably, while they're like flying over the stadium, doing training as well, but they are annoying. I really have anything else to say about it than that, but I don't think the time's necessarily being used or lost when they're flying, because I've flown on not A-10s but similar planes, and a lot of times they'll just buzz over places dozens of times and you land like 30 or 40 times in a row. That's just kind of how they do training. Though that's actually pretty much it.
That's good. At least the time's being used wisely, and maybe instead of, if it's the tax dollars, or does the league actually pay for the flyovers, or is it still just at request to the government and they'll go ahead and do it?
That's a good.
How that works.
That's a very good question. Because Enemy, good morning, Enemy. What up, man? He said they don't know how military spending works. So maybe it is something where they have maybe it is that situation where there's a quota that needs to be met every year, and maybe that part of that quota is NFL flyovers. and football game flyovers. Maybe that's part of it, and they're kind of like, well, we gotta keep this, we gotta keep the train moving, keep the spending money rolling, that kind of thing. But yeah, it just sucks because you'd think that because of social distancing, because they're not opening up the stadium to everybody, they're not packing the place. It's just kind of a waste of time. But I get it to a certain extent, that you kind of have to keep the tradition going or keep that momentum going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then at the same time, it's like, well, the famous quote, "It is what it is." That's funny. That should be 2020's quote. That should be the slogan for 2020. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it is kind of what it is in a way. So for me, it's like, all right, I do believe that it is a waste of money. It's a waste of time and it's a waste of money. But at the same time, if that's what they're going to do, that's what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Weird.
Mr. Super makes a good point that he read about flyovers giving pilots time, which is true. If I remember right, you need about 15 to 30 hours of flight time every month to maintain your qualification. And if you go like 2 months without flying, you're going to lose your qualification, have to go through the whole 2 to 3 month process again. So
that's what's up. And that's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. So if that's the case, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? If it's for the betterment of those pilots and betterment for more time and more experience for those pilots and for those people that are trying to get their hours in and that kind of thing, then hey, so be it. Let it be what it is. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, it ain't gonna stop them anytime soon. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna suddenly go, oh, because Joe Buck and Troy Aikman said something hot on the mic, suddenly that's going to shut everything down. You know what I mean? It's going to stop everything. No, it's not. It's going to continue doing exactly what it's been doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to change anything, But I don't think that Joe Buck and Troy Aikman should be under fire for saying something like that. Hey, there's a lot of people that would actually agree with what they're thinking. So I don't think that should get them in trouble anytime soon as well. You know what I'm saying? I think
it's
also. Go ahead, Jeff.
Just a personal response. I was seeing on here too that the Air Force actually they increased after 2018. There used to be a military limit on the amount of flyovers per year to keep military aircraft grounded as opposed to, I guess, being used. And then they lifted it because they had a shortage of pilots, and they actually were increasing the amount of flyovers at sporting events to help recruiting, to want to inspire people to join the Air Force. So that's a different view on that.
Interesting.
Now it's a recruiting write-off.
It's a recruiting write-off. I mean, but then you could sit there and say the same thing with all these. I mean, I know this is kind of a left turn, but you look at all these cop shows and these hospital shows that are out there as well. I mean, those are all basically recruiting. Those are all recruiting shows, literally. It's just going, hey, look how awesome doctors are. Mm-hmm. Go be a nurse. You know what I'm saying? Look how awesome cops are. Why do you think those criminal intent or SVUs and those Law and Orders and all those Chicago PD and so on and so forth? I mean, it's there not only just to give people entertainment, but also it's to inspire people to go sign up to become a cop or become a nurse or go into medicine. You see what I'm saying? So I could see that being like, hey, look how awesome flying these planes, or look at our military. Aren't they dope? They're men or women. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I could see that as a thing. You know what I mean? But I say this, it ain't going to change anything. Just because they said something, that it just sounds like what a bunch of other people would say as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, there's all that. Okay, there's all that money for nobody, because I see nobody around me. And we're basically still kind of doing football in a bubble, pretty much. So that sucked. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that, but that's not going to change anything. It's not going to stop anything. They're still going to do flyovers whenever, however they want. Welcome to the NFL. right? Welcome to the NFL.
People are probably only saying anything because they specifically mentioned Biden and Harris. If they didn't say that, I doubt anyone would have even written an article about this.
Facts, baby. Facts. Huge facts. If he didn't say, I don't know who said, I think it was Troy.
Aikman. Yeah.
I think it was Aikman that said it. He said, well, guess who's going to be, they wouldn't be doing this on a Harris-Biden, whoops, ticket. You mean Biden-Harris? But anyway, yes. Interesting, though. But at the same time, you go, I wonder who they're voting for. Who are they voting for? How do they feel about everything? And also the other thing, too, you also got to remember this as well. Joe Buck just got, I think he got honored by going into the Hall of Fame just about a month ago. So you know for a fact that he's under a huge microscope right now. You know what I'm saying? They're going to watch every single thing that he does. And if they catch him hot on the mic, boom, they're going to get him. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to get him. They're going to try to drag him through the dirt and go, this is the reason why he shouldn't be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Right. This one moment. Thank God he didn't say anything crazy like that last guy that we talked about that got caught hot on the mic that was calling people of, I think it was Kansas City or something like that, the F word. You remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
So at least he didn't say anything crazy like that. He was just kind of like, oh, well, there's all those taxpayers' dollars just being burned up in the sky. You know what I'm saying? So, it's interesting. And, and given the fact that, Jack, for example, this is your kin, this is your blood, this is family. I'm always interested when something like that happens, like what your thoughts are in that realm. You know what I'm saying?
He's his own man.
Oh, of course. No, it's not like you're pulling the strings right now. He's just like in bed, just moving his arm. Baby, what's wrong? Jack is doing this again. Jack, stop.
Yeah. You see me doing this show in the basement with a blank back wall, and he just bought a new multi-million-dollar home here in St. Louis.
Hey, so here it is, though. Here it is, though. Hey, baby steps. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Right. Watch. Hey,
I know.
Watch.
It's just don't believe me. Just watch. Right now, he's got a different life, and
hell yeah.
But he's behind the mic all the time. I mean, that's all that you provide commentary. That's his job.
That is his job.
So why wouldn't he provide commentary on it?
Yeah.
But I guess you could say, oh, look at our big, powerful military. But I don't think that's like the. We don't put that out like that.
Also, I don't think he marches to that kind of beat, though. I don't think he marches to that beat.
I don't know.
Pun intended and unintended. But you know what I'm saying? I don't think he marches to that beat. You feel me? I don't think he marches to that kind of beat. I don't think he's going to go, look at this wonderful and powerful military that we have. God bless America and God bless the men and women who sacrificed. Of course he says those things, but I expect him to say, well, there goes our taxpayer dollars getting burned up in the sky. You know what I'm saying? I expect that from Joe Buck, not the other side. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't make him a good or bad person. It's just what I think on that end. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we got to jump into the next story because we only got a little bit of time left. Like I said, I don't think they did anything too bad. They shouldn't be thrown under the bus too hard. Of course, there's going to be people who are very patriotic, that are very, especially with the Kamala, the Biden Kamala Harris quote at the end. Yeah, there's going to be some people who are Trump supporters that are going to feel some type of way, and it seems like a lot of people who are football players, fans are very much Trump supporters. So I can see that backlash for sure on that end. But as far as the other side, as far as like the left side, I guess I don't see any. I don't think anybody's going to be tripping about what they said. But moving on to this next story, which is very interesting. David's got this story, and this is some weird stuff. First, we had Ice Cube coming out. It's almost like coming out day, coming out the closet. But instead, they're going, I'm a Trump supporter. Actually, Ice Cube did not say he's a Trump supporter, but he did go and sit down with the Trump campaign talking about his CWBA. It is the contract with Black Americans that they were going to use some of his ideas, this whole plan that he had for Black America, that they were going to try to implement into Trump's Platinum Plan. Now, he came out, talked about that. There was a crazy amount of backlash in regards to him sitting there saying, yeah, I went and met up with them. Now, here's something else that's very interesting. 50 Cent has come out and has allegedly endorsed Trump because he does not like Biden's tax plan. David's got the story. Come on, man. Speak on it, bruh. This is crazy, dude.
Yeah, this is never expected 50 Cent to endorse Trump, but apparently that's what's happening now.
Like not never. You understand?
Right.
Not never, ever, ever. And okay, this is 2020. It is what it is. Come on with it. What's the story, baby?
All right. So on Instagram on Monday, the 45-year-old basically said, vote for Trump to his 26 million followers on November the 3rd. And let's see, where else? Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm going to have to censor this, but some of his tweets were, what the F, vote for Trump, I'm out. And F New York, the Knicks never win anyway, in the same tweet. And then
Wait,
in
I'm
New
sorry.
York,
Wait.
where he lit.
Can you repeat that one more time? So he said, I don't get, like, what the F, vote for Trump. And in the same tweet, he said, New York, like, for F New York, the
Knicks never win anyway.
The Knicks never win anyway. Wow. Okay, sorry, continue. That's just, wow.
Yeah, so in New York, that's where he lives. Taxpayers earning more than $400,000 a year could face combined federal and state tax rates of 62% under Biden's plan, according to experts. 50 Cent went on to say, I don't care, Trump doesn't like black people. 62%. Are you out of your effing mind? The rapper concluded. The post generated mixed comments. Conservative political commentator Tommy Lauren was thrilled.
Of course she was.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, I don't like her either.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. She makes me want to vomit. Okay, go ahead.
But 50 Cent is a notorious troll on social media, but there's no indication he's joking this time. Apparently he's more obvious about it, so everyone's taking it pretty seriously. 50 Cent added that, I remembered I'm bankrupt, so I'm looking for a gracious loan. Can anyone help a brother out? But he filed for bankruptcy in 2015, though he made $150 million shortly after.
Word.
And he said he has sympathy for how President Trump has handled the coronavirus pandemic, saying it's an awkward situation. If you respond too fast, you're wrong, because everyone would be kicking and screaming and saying you shut everything down. But if you shut it down late, you're wrong. So you can't win in that situation. And he also added, people hate him or love him. There's no in between. And for me, I'm looking at it and going, that's the exact position I'm in.
It's funny because here it is, because I've said this before a while back, but 50 Cent is basically like a black Trump. I'm going to be real. Like, he's Trump. He is. Like, there's people who love him, and then there's people who hate him. He is a ultimate troll. He's notoriously known as trolling people all the damn time. He gives zero Fs about things. He makes crazy money. He puts his name on a bunch of stuff that have made millions and millions of dollars. I'm not sitting here saying that he has filed for bankruptcy a million times, but he has filed for bankruptcy, but then all of a sudden turn around and come right back up with 150 mil. Vitamin water, he made millions of dollars, multiple hundreds of millions of dollars off of vitamin water for selling that. I mean, he is basically a black Trump. So in a way, I keep thinking in my head, maybe he's always been a supporter of Trump. He just has been hiding in plain sight. And now that we're going into this world where we're only 2 weeks away, y'all, 2 weeks away from election day. 2 weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if he's sitting there going, hey, you know what? Hey, man, Ice Cube just got in trouble for saying something. F it. Come on, man. Y'all need to just go and vote for Trump because I want to keep my monies. I want to keep securing the bags. You see what I'm saying? If he doesn't like Biden's plan, okay, so be it. And there's nothing wrong with him wanting to. I don't think there's anything wrong with him wanting to endorse Trump. It's a surprise. But then if you really sit down and think about it and really look at 50 Cent and you look at Trump and you compare the two, it's almost like they're the same dude. Just one has just has melanin and one don't. Literally.
Lead poison.
You know what I'm saying? One looks like a Dorito and one doesn't. You see what I'm saying? One has a tan all year round and one fake tans all day long. But they still are dudes that make a lot of money and have their hands in many, many different pots and are jerks. Notoriously known as jerks. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, yeah, man, come on. Everyone go and vote for Trump. Because he doesn't, as he said, he's not a big fan of Biden's tax plan. Because at the end of it, it seems like he's going to be losing a lot of money. So of course he's going to go and endorse Trump. Now, should he get in trouble for that? Should he get dragged in the dirt for that? No. Just like Ice Cube shouldn't be thrown in the dirt for trying to make something better for Black America. Trying to make something happen, make some moves. So when it comes to this situation, 50 Cent is 50 Cent. I'll be surprised if people actually try to drag him in the dirt for this, because you know for a fact he is the ultimate troll. He doesn't give a damn. So if somebody sits there and tries to call him names and stuff like that, he's just going to laugh it off. He don't give a damn about any of this. And given the fact that he's going on the coattails or riding on the coattails or coming in after while the dust hasn't even settled yet with Ice Cube, this might be just him flying under the radar real quick. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ice Cube himself's been hot on Twitter about all the people talking crap on him.
Yeah.
Easy. He just keeps telling them. Like,
it ain't gonna change nothing.
Telling me what to do. But
you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna change. For him. It ain't gonna change nothing. His money's still gonna be the same. People are still gonna be watching his power shows. People are still gonna be eating and drinking and eating up all his crap. It don't matter. It ain't gonna change a damn thing. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with Ice Cube. It ain't gonna change a damn thing. You know, yeah, he might have been thrown under the bus, but 2 seconds later, it's going to be a Friday 15. You know what I'm saying? The next Friday. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, everybody and their mom's going in droves to go see the movie. It ain't going to change nothing. So if he endorses Trump, okay, it's a good win for Trump because he's going, I got the black vote even more now. At least that's what he thinks in his head. But here it is. 50 Cent is a very, very well-off man. He's a businessman. He don't give a damn about black vote or anything of that sort. He only cares about his own self and his monies and securing that bag. And if it means that Biden's plan does not work out for him, you know, for a fact, he's going to swing over to the right and go, vote for Trump because I've been making money. I don't know about y'all, but I've been making money. And I want to continue doing so. You see what I'm saying? Has nothing to do with black or white. It is the color green for 50 Cent. He don't give two damns about race when it comes to this situation. That's why he said what he said. Think about it, y'all. Think about it. And like I said, everyone can drag him through the dirt. Nothing's going to change. Not a thing going to change. 50 Cent is going to be 50 Cent. Trust and believe. He's going to stay exactly in his lane. He's still going to make the monies. He's not going to lose the bag. So if he wants to endorse Trump, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's not a surprise to me. What was a surprise was like Kanye West coming out and saying, hey, I endorse Trump back in the day. That was a surprise. Wouldn't you guys agree? That was a surprise. Yeah. 50 Cent, to me, not a surprise. Not really at all. He is basically Trump. That's basically it.
Candace Owens thinks that 50 Cent's just fine. He says that, 50's smart and we're not. So,
well, here it is.
That was like her he's smart and you're not, is what she said.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. With Candace Owens, okay. Okay. See, because here it is. With Candace Owens, with Tommy Lauren, or Tommy Lahren, whatever the hell her name is. I mean, they're just vomit. I don't like those girls. I don't like they're just pundits that are just little puppets, and I cannot stand them. So of course they automatically look at this and going, a win. Tommy Lauren and homegirl Candace Owens both are looking at it going, this is a win. Yes, we're gonna get the black vote. No, you're not. It don't mean nothing. Just because Ice Cube goes over and talks to the Trump campaign does not mean that every single person that listens to Ice Cube is going to go, well, I mean, he's working with the Trump camp. I guess I'm going to vote for Trump. No, it's not. It don't mean that. It doesn't mean a guaranteed win. If 50 Cent goes, I'm endorsing Trump because I don't like the tax plan over here, so be it. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. 50 Cent don't care about anything except his own pockets. That doesn't mean that, because he's successful, he's been shot 8 times, he's still alive, and he's made millions of dollars doing therefore, suddenly I feel connected to him. So anything he does, I'm going to go and vote. If he's going to vote for Trump, I'm going to do the same. No, it's not going to do that. Candace Owens don't give a damn. She just wants to. She just sees any possible black person that steps over or takes the red pill is a win. It doesn't matter. It's like, come on over to the dark side. It's like, okay, fine. Not saying that being Republican is the dark side, but that's kind of how that's her vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's just her vibe. So it's like automatically, it's a win because 50 Cent is endorsing Trump. That don't mean nothing. Everything goes down. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks. I mean, that's basically it. We're just going to have to wait to see what happens in 2 weeks.
Do you know who's not supporting Trump? Because there's been a lot of people that are coming out that are all of a sudden supporting Trump, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, but P. Diddy came out with his own party, our black party. And he says that if Trump gets elected, I really do believe in my heart there will be a race war. So he's endorsing Democrat Joe Biden.
Wait, who's in
P. Diddy?
P. Diddy's endorsing Joe Biden.
Yeah, and he also started his own party.
Yeah, he did.
Our Black Party, a new political formation aimed at addressing the needs of black people through developing a coalition of people and organizations committed to building black political power. So you got fighting, groups that are out there. It's not all main black actors, rappers that are all coming out for Trump, which has been in the news lately. Yeah, is what it's been kind of laid out as, and so I don't know. It's interesting to see all the rich and famous who they choose, right?
Yes,
that's what that's ultimately what it is. These are all of the rich and powerful and famous people that we already see on TV and in our lives going out and saying who they're going to vote for. But are they the normal people? Do they speak for the groups, the masses, and do people just follow them just because of who they are?
Yeah.
I guess we're going to find out in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I would honestly say it's a little different with 50 Cent and Ice Cube because they're doing it specifically for one reason. Ice Cube wants to push the seed, whatever his plan's called. I forgot the name, but he wants to push this plan. And, 50 Cent straight up just said he wants to do it for the tax money. And that's a good reason, I guess. But, whereas we usually just hear, a lot of like rhetoric from actors and stuff saying you have to do this for the best of the country, and they never actually point to a reason or a policy that they like. I like that Ice Cube and both 50 Cent didn't necessarily say Trump's a good option, we should vote for him. They're saying we need this done, and he's the one that's talking about doing it.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's a frustrating time, you know? I'm looking forward to when, and there's going to be some eye-opening moments here for the next couple weeks. We only got 14 days pretty much till it all goes down. So, I mean, there are going to be more and more people. They're going to be popping out, y'all. More and more people are going to be coming out and go, boom. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I endorse such and such. I endorse, and by any means necessary on either side of the political spectrum, they're going to be pulling out as many people as they can, and they're going to try to push that as much as they can as well. You know, for both parties to make them look as good as they can. You know what I'm saying? So I could see more influencers and more, you know, hip hop artists and all that. I can see more of them popping out. It's just interesting that we were just talking about that, you know, this morning, David, when you said something about somebody tweeted when Ice Cube said, "Hey, I'm working with, you know, I'm working on the platinum plan with the Trump campaign." You said somebody tweeted, "Wait till 50 Cent says something too." Like now 50 Cent going to say something. And then guess what happened? 50 Cent did say something. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It's crazy. But at the same time, I'm not surprised. There's going to be left turns. There's going to be curveballs being thrown for the next 2 weeks. Trust.
Right.
Curveballs left and right. So I'm not surprised. One more thing before we get going, because it is almost that time. You didn't give me that 5-minute countdown, brother. I gotcha. But anyway, one other thing. This has to do with the actual debates, so I want to talk about that really quick. So I did talk about it in a previous episode or a previous pop-up video, if you haven't checked it out. But they're apparently going to be cutting off microphones during the debates now. So periodically throughout the debates, they're going to be cutting off the microphones so that either Biden or Trump can say what they need to say without interruption. So this is going to be very interesting as well. That's going to be a very interesting conversation because, or debate, because it'll be not like what happened the last debate, which was an argument. It wasn't even a debate. It was just basically rants going on throughout the entire thing. Hopefully, I hope that it'll make Trump look a little bit better if there's a reason to stop him from interrupting so much and actually just answer the questions, say what he needs to say, and vice versa. So that is actually a thing. They said that they were talking about implementing this new move. But it looks like they are going to actually start doing that from now on. Because you remember the last debate? Trump was interrupting like a mug. Shoot, even the town hall meeting, he was doing that as well. You know, the debate between the town hall meeting turned into a debate between Savannah Guthrie and Trump, pretty much. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what happens on Thursday night when the debates go down. It should be very interesting, and they're going to be shutting off the microphones. So actually, it will give some people some time to breathe. And I really, really hope that they do some commercial breaks this time. I really would love to see some commercial breaks up in this piece because there's just too much. You know what I mean? It was just too much. It's just too much. You know what I'm saying? Way too much. But go ahead. What do you say, David?
Yeah, the first debate wasn't very productive just because they wouldn't shut off the mics even when they really needed to. Yeah. So no one was having a discussion and no one was really answering anything people wanted to hear.
Yeah. Extremely unproductive. Extremely unproductive. So I'm actually thankful I think it's a good idea. I think it's a very, very good idea that they start shutting off the microphones. I think that'll make it a lot easier for a lot of us, and then we'll be able to actually like follow along what's going on, because that last debate, it's almost like you have to go back and rewatch every single moment, because you don't know who's speaking and where, you know what I'm saying? It was just so fast, and there was so much of it was almost rants going on that it was hard to stay on top of the ball of what's going on because of all the chaos that was going on, all the verbal chaos that was going on. But anyway, and don't get me wrong, it was also entertaining as hell. Don't get me wrong, it was entertaining as hell. But at the same time, it's like, well, we need to hear them speak. We need to hear what they have to say. If this is going to be the last and final debate before the elections, we actually need to hear them talk and say what they need to say. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm very, very interested to see what's going to happen at the next debate, and if they actually implement that, and if it's going to be successful, because here it is. Trump's voice carries. So I wouldn't be surprised if Biden's trying to say something and he just keeps talking. You know what I'm saying? He's like, forget the mic, man. You're going to hear what I got to say. You know what I mean? So
Trump,
go ahead.
Trump fell pretty much into a trap there. Biden honestly kind of schooled him in the first debate, which I thought was surprising, because previously when he was under Obama, Biden was saying he'd have a fist fight with Trump, and he was trying to kind of do the whole braggadocio thing back at him. But when he came out in the for the interview, or for the debate, like, he was calm and collected, and
he
Trump
had no
was
choice.
ready for that fight, but it didn't come.
But he had no other choice but to take that road. You see what I'm saying? If both of them were just screaming at each other, it would make it look like Biden was lowering himself down to Trump's level, because that was some immature stuff. And I know that's very Trump in that way, but Biden was going, I'm going to try to take the high road. I'm going to try to be calm. He could be fire. I'm going to be ice. Because here's the thing. If we're both at each other like this, nothing will ever get done in regards to the debate. And then it's like, how does that reflect on how I can handle the heat, like handle the pressure? So I'm going to be cool as ice. I'm going to be calm, or at least try to be calm. I'll still throw in some jabs in here and there. You know what I'm saying? But that was Trump's whole game plan, is to go in there, get after him so he can throw off Biden. That's it. He wanted to throw him off. And it didn't work. It didn't work that well. It just made him look bad. He was hoping that, hey, if I keep poking him, Biden will maybe he'll lose his place. Maybe he'll forget that he's at a debate. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the dementia will kick in. That's what he was hoping for. But that's not what happened. So, interesting. It's an interesting thing. Real quick, who said this? I am Sequoia said, so who do you think has a better chance at winning, Trump or Biden? Real quick around the room, what do you guys think? Trump or Biden?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. There's so many people out there saying the polls and the money raised and everything else like that is going to be going towards Biden. I believe there's a large group of people that don't make any political statements at all, that are very Republican, and they don't care if it's Trump or whoever else, but they want Republican ideals in politics. Mm-hmm. And I believe that that's what happened in 2016, is that the Republican majority came out. But there was also a lot of gerrymandering, lines that were drawn to make sure that certain areas did go Republican. And again, there's still a whole bunch of issues about, Democratic cities that have issues with voting because of issues or things that have been put into place. So, if all things were equal, I think that, probably Biden would win. But I don't know. It's going to be a very close call.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a Republican push again. And there's not very many states that Trump has to keep in order to keep his his role going. So Biden has to overcome a lot in order to win, I think. So
yeah, David.
I don't think we have enough information to accurately say who's going to win the election, just because there's so many people unwilling to share who they are supporting. But considering that, I think if Trump wins Florida, he will win the presidency, and the Cubans in Florida are coming out pretty strong in favor of Trump. And there have been a lot of Latino rallies there. It's hard to tell how many Latinos are from Florida because there's been confirmed that some of them were from out of state. So it's harder to say with the general Latino community, but Cubans, based on Telemundo and other Spanish networks, are polling at like 90% for Trump. And that could win in Florida and the election, I think.
Okay. In my personal opinion, it's a tough one to say. It's a tough one to say. Like they've been saying, mainstream media has been showing polls that are leaning, like Jack said, that are leaning towards more towards Biden. But at the same time, this is kind of the same situation that happened in 2016. A lot of the polls were leaning towards Hillary Clinton, and yet at the end of the day, Trump still won. So there is, and I know that there's a lot of people that are adamant about getting Trump out of the office, but at the same time, I couldn't say. I really couldn't say. I think also it all comes down to the final debate that's going on Thursday too. It's how everything is conducted, how they conduct the actual debate, who comes out strong in the debates. It all comes down to that. I think there are a lot of people that are tired of Trump, but there's a lot of people that love Trump. So it's a weird situation. Like I said, in 2016, it looked like Trump was failing pretty bad. And next thing you know, he won. So, the possibilities here are endless. So I can't really say who's going to win. It's a very good question, and thank you so much for the question. But I can't really say. Part of me does feel that Trump will most likely win because of just history, because of what happened in 2016 during the 2016 elections. So, like I said, it's going to be something to watch. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting, to see what happens for sure. But anyway, it's time to get going. I appreciate everybody who came on to the chat and all that. Thank you so much for commenting and being a part of the conversation, y'all. David and Jack, what's up? Thank you so much for being on the show today. Please. I really, really appreciate it. Right now it's a weird, hairy place. We got 2 weeks left. There's a whole lot of things going on. There's going to be a whole lot of left turns being thrown, a lot of curveballs being thrown over the next couple weeks, over the next 2 weeks. Wait for it. I'm telling you, wait for it. It's about to get crazy, and more stuff is going to start coming out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, ooh, thank you so much, this guy.
Look at this guy.
Oh, gotta love him. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I am, boom. Ain't no time for that. It's been a long time.
POS is in the chat here.
Yeah, there's some, that's a lovely human being.
Yeah.
Gotta love that.
Had to block one person.
Yeah.
There's some trolls in the chat.
What's
funny
is some of these guys don't know how to properly spell curse words, racial slurs. Learn how to spell. If you're gonna put it out there, learn how to spell. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna call me a word, call it correctly. Spell it correctly. Huh?
I wonder who those guys are voting for there.
I wonder who they are. I wonder who they are. But anyway, like I was saying before, here it is. We never know. Life is weird. Curveballs are going to be coming left and right. Watch for the next couple days, for the next 2 weeks. They're going to be scrounging. Both sides are going to be scrounging for an attempt to make something happen. And it's going to be entertaining. And we're going to be talking about it. We'll be covering it throughout the entire time. It's going to be entertaining as hell. But anyway, I got to get going, guys. If you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. All right. Working our way towards 10,000 subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button. And we would really, really appreciate it. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
You're going to perform tonight? I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. For more information, call us now.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
Imagination, Image a World, IDEX Media.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, baby.
Hey, it's Mike from Sugar Fire. Still open all of our locations. Carry out, delivery, curbside. Call in. We're delivering outside of our range too. So if you get hungry, come on by.